Welcome. My name is Amy, and I will be your personal guide as together we explore strategies to improve your skills to make you a more effective leader. You've taken an important step in enhancing and expanding your ability to interact with others in a meaningful and impactful manner, and I want you to get everything you can out of this training. This training is designed so that you can take it at your own pace. Take your time, do the activities to ensure you will be able to put your new learning into practice. Learning alone will not make you successful. You must take action. It is only through the application of our knowledge that we can truly shine, and I know you can shine. We're in this journey together. Please feel free to reach out to me at any time with your questions or comments. I'm here for you. Now, before we get started, make sure you've printed off your training guide. This will help you capture all the key information you will need to put your learning into practice. I know, it may seem old school, but some of the latest research shows that writing out notes is the most effective way for adults to learn. So if you haven't printed out your guide yet, hit that pause button and go do that right now. All ready? Excellent. It's my pleasure to be your guide through this training. Let's begin. How to foster innovation. How often do we do this? Ignore what we don't understand. It certainly makes things easier in the moment, but is that really a good approach to leadership or life? There are certainly many things that I do not understand and have no desire to understand. How my car engine works, or how to perform heart surgery. But then, I'm not responsible for building an engine or repairing a heart. I do not need to understand these things. But what about all the things I'm making decisions about that I may not fully understand? The anti-innovation mindset. There have been many occasions at work when I have watched someone present a new idea, a new approach, or a completely new way of doing things. When the new approach is complicated, the person is immediately shut down. No one wants to take the time to fully understand what's being presented, what the end results might be, or how it might benefit the company. Even when the results and benefits are made clear, if the concept is not simple and easy to comprehend, it isn't supported. When we resist change, we are resisting innovation. I've experienced this myself at a previous job when suggesting changes to the process for responding to customer requests and the way we structured our project teams. It didn't matter what my idea was. As soon as people realized I wanted to change something, they moved on to the next agenda item. It was easier to maintain the status quo than to explore something new, unknown, or outside of our control. The ultimate ignorance is the rejection of something you know nothing about, yet refuse to investigate. Dr. Wayne Dyer. I understand that time is limited and everyone is in a hurry to get to the next item on their schedule. Yet I have to wonder if this perceived lack of time to gain understanding is hurting us. Are we being closed-minded by brushing off what we don't understand? Or are we doing that just with ideas, or are we doing that to people and practices as well? How many of us preach open-mindedness, but don't actively put it into practice in our daily lives? We know that open-mindedness is crucial for success. Leaders need to have a constant flow of new ideas and innovations if they want to maintain strong leadership. They also need people around them who are willing to learn new things and consider alternative approaches to problems. Leaders need people who are coachable and can adapt to working with different types of people in different business models and different cultures. Being flexible in thought is considered to be an asset in the work environment during the hiring process, but then we tend to brush aside this skill in our everyday practice. So why are we so quick to close ourselves off from new ideas? Why do we tend to prioritize speed over understanding and creativity? Why do we ask for innovation, yet set up so many barriers that prevent it? Shifting to a pro-innovation mindset. From a psychological perspective, open-mindedness is used to describe how willing people are to consider other perspectives or to try out new experiences. It can also involve asking questions and being active about searching for information that challenges your beliefs. In addition, it encompasses the belief that other people should be free to express their beliefs and arguments, even if you do not necessarily agree with those views. To be open-minded, we must be willing to value the ideas of others. We must be willing to take the time to listen And we must genuinely believe that the person with the idea has something valuable to contribute. It is a willingness to be open to both the idea and the person sharing the idea. We must be patient when confronted with new ideas. Patience is all about perspective and how you look at situations. Be aware of when you feel your patience dwindling. Focus on the big picture perspective. Remember why putting up with whatever delay or frustration you are feeling will ultimately help you to get to where you want to go. Most novel and innovative concepts take some explanation. We must allow for the time to hear the ideas and ask questions to make sure we fully understand what is being presented. This requires that we practice active listening, taking in the information and opening ourselves to processing that information. This means giving the person our full attention and thoughtfully considering their ideas. When we engage in active listening, we are giving our full attention to the other person. This means we are focused on what they are saying, and our body language reflects our interest in what the speaker is saying. We are not multitasking. We show we are listening by deferring our judgment while we ask questions that provide feedback and encourages the speaker to continue and expand. Here's a quick reminder of the steps to active listening. Engage in eye contact with the speaker. Keep your body language open and receptive. No fidgeting. Watch their body language for added perspective to their words. Do not interrupt. Paraphrase what you heard and ask questions to clarify your understanding. Encourage them to tell you more. Repeat and repeat. Continue this process until the speaker has shared everything they want to say. This is active listening in a nutshell. Take time to reflect on the new idea. Reflection is the process of analyzing and making judgments about what has just happened. Think about both what you have learned and how that information can be applied to various situations. Do you have suggestions to improve or alter the idea? How can it be used in its entirety or be built upon? Think through the idea as a whole and its parts before coming to any conclusions. Remember, too, that ideas germinate from people. When people share their ideas, they're making themselves vulnerable to feedback from others. Whether the idea is accepted or not, people will not continue to share their ideas if they feel disrespected or dismissed. This approach to new ideas and innovation takes time. Is taking a little extra time worth the potential of newer and better ways of doing things? I think so. Burying our heads in the sand because we do not understand something does not help us grow. Plus, the unanswered questions may linger in our minds and take up more of our time. Putting it all together. Upon reflection, there have been times when I wish I had taken the time to find someone who could have helped me understand what was taking place. I usually did have the time, I did have the curiosity, but still, I chose not to act. I stayed in my comfort zone rather than risk asking a question and probably, learning something new. Innovation requires a bit of discomfort. When was the last time you saw or heard something that you didn't understand? What did you do? Did you take the opportunity to broaden your horizon? Or did you let the moment pass you by and take the ignore and remain ignorant route? Isn't that interesting how close those two words, ignore, ignorant, are in spelling and how their meanings connect? I challenge you to be curious and open your mind to the world around you. I challenge you to embrace discomfort and the innovation that can come from it. Your choice. So think about the skills needed to foster innovation. Open-mindedness, patience, active listening, and reflection. What are the specific strategies you need to practice to create an environment where innovation is welcome and encouraged? If you haven't done so already, write those actions down on your worksheet. You must address all 4 points in sequential order for people to feel safe bringing innovative ideas to you. Small steps will lead to big changes. Build your environment of innovation one small step at a time. Thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule to let me guide you through this training. I hope you found it useful, and I really hope that you stick to your plan and start taking small steps to fostering innovation.